from the Channel3000.com Alert Center. This is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us tonight. The mild weather is sticking around. Let's check your first warn forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton.
A little taste of spring. What's to come in just a few days. Even right now, we still have a little bit of light outside, and over the next several days, temperatures are going to stay above average. Here's a live look with our Edgewater Skycam. 17 days until spring starts on March 19th. Now, meteorological spring started yesterday, but for almost everyone else, 17 more days. Now, tomorrow, we're expecting partly sunny skies. Temps will be in the mid-40s for afternoon highs. There's a small chance for some light rain or snow early in the morning, but otherwise, the sun will return. For the rest of the week, the weekend and next week, temperatures will stay above average. We'll take a closer look at those small rain chances coming up for the work week in just a few minutes.
Beloit police arrested 2 students today after finding an unloaded pellet gun in one of their backpacks. Police say Beloit Memorial High School staff had noticed suspicious activity before the 2 students went into a bathroom. Both students were arrested without incident, one for possession of a dangerous weapon other than a firearm on school grounds, the other for possession of marijuana. Student IDs will now be required to have suicide hotline numbers listed on them.
That's one of 3 pieces of legislation signed by the governor today. Danica Lewis joins us now to explain. Danica?
Well, Eric and Charlotte, the governor says having those numbers on student IDs will ensure those kids have the resources wherever they go. Suicide continues to be the 2nd leading cause of death among young people. He signed the bills in front of high schoolers in Ashland today, along with 2 others connected to mental health and safety in schools. One makes changes to acceptable, that is, seclusion and restraint techniques for children, and the other bill establishes a mental health consultation pilot program at schools in Outagamie County.
It's estimated that 21% of the kids in Wisconsin do have a mental health concern. Yet Wisconsin ranks 42nd in the nation for access to youth mental health services.
State lawmakers from both parties who supported these bills were there as the governor signed them today. So Governor Evers chose to sign them in Ashland because of the efforts that district has made to increase trauma awareness and provide spaces and resources for mental health.
Danica, thank you. Employees at Molson Coors in Milwaukee returned to work today for the first time after last week's mass shooting. A company email said they have heightened security measures, including additional guards, both armed and unarmed. Counseling services are available for employees. On Wednesday, the shooter killed 5 coworkers and then himself. A man accused of killing a Milwaukee mother and her 2 young daughters pleaded not guilty in court today. Arzel Ivory facing 3 counts of homicide in the deaths of 26-year-old Amara Banks and her 5- and 4-year-old daughters. The 3 victims were found in a garage last month, their deaths sparking renewed calls for the Milwaukee community to address domestic violence issues.
New at 6, state troopers are asking the public to help find a hit-and-run driver who caused significant damage to an SUV near Edgerton. A State Patrol Facebook post says this Honda CR-V was traveling south on I-3990 last night around 8 p.m. They had just passed the Highway 51 entrance ramp from Edgerton when they were hit from behind. There is no description of the car that may have hit them, but officials say there would likely be heavy front-end damage. A puppy that was ejected from a vehicle during a rollover crash in Portage has been reunited with its owners. According to the Wisconsin State Patrol, a reckless driver forced a vehicle off the roadway, causing it to roll 3 times. A small black puppy was ejected. First responders searched the area and found the puppy uninjured. It was reunited with its owners, who were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries.
Dane County Sheriff Dave Mahoney is in Washington, D.C. to raise awareness about a federal policy that strips health and veterans benefits from individuals who go to jail. This is especially problematic for people who suffer from alcohol and drug addiction or mental health issues.
Upon their release, it takes 90 days to get their benefits back, which allows them to decompensate and re-enter the jail again, which is driving a huge cost to our county taxpayers and taxpayers across the country. There are about 3,008.
Under the Medicaid inmate exclusion policy, health benefits are stripped when people are admitted to jail, not when they're convicted. Counties are required by federal law to provide health care to people in jail. Sheriff Mahoney spoke about the issue at the National Sheriff's Association Conference today and will meet with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and lawmakers on Capitol Hill tomorrow. The U.S. Supreme Court announced today it will take up a case seeking to overturn the Affordable Care Act. The case was brought by a group of GOP-led states and is supported by the Trump administration. Legal experts in both parties say it is unlikely the high court will strike down the law. If the ACA is overturned, the state legislature has a bill that will protect coverage for pre-existing conditions. It still needs to pass the state Senate. A conservative law firm wants to send a voter purge case to the state Supreme Court.
That was after an appeals court on Friday ruled to overturn an Ozaukee County judge's decision to remove more than 200,000 voters from Wisconsin rolls. Amy Reed shows us who is impacted by this.
More than 200,000 names fill this spreadsheet we got from the State Elections Commission, all identified by a national database as people who moved. A state lawsuit argues they should also be removed from the voter rolls. And who are these people? We wanted to know too. We tried a handful of the 18,000 Madison addresses that got a letter in October telling them to update their voter registration. It's most of the people in one of the most highly impacted counties in the state by what's going on. Different name on them. All the houses and apartments we tried. Georgia. Okay. Checked out. No one by the listed name was there. But that's not the case all around.
You have a constitutional right in your registration as a voter in Wisconsin, and that can't be taken away from you under the United States Constitution.
Meet Doug Poland, attorney representing one person who got the letter when they shouldn't have. The person had moved, but stayed in the same municipality. Under state law, they should have been fine. And under a federal lawsuit he's also a lawyer in, everyone on the list should be.
The letter didn't tell people who received it that their registrations would be deactivated if they didn't respond. It didn't give them a timeline for when that might happen. It didn't tell them how they could avoid that.
Because of that, Poland said the Constitution protects these people from being removed, even if they did not move. But state statute also weighs in, and that's the part Wisconsin courts are figuring out. If the Friday appellate court ruling stands, all voters will stay on the rolls as they are. Amy Reed, News 3 Now.
The Wisconsin State Lab of Hygiene at UW-Madison and the Milwaukee Health Department are now conducting coronavirus tests. Positive test results identified there will be presumed positive and then sent to the CDC for confirmation. According to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, anyone returning to the U.S. from areas where the infection is active, like China, Iran, South Korea, or Italy, are being asked to self-quarantine at home. Anyone who has symptoms of coronavirus and have traveled to one of those countries is asked to call the state health department before going to a clinic.
Health officials confirm the one person who tested positive for the virus in Wisconsin has recovered. They are no longer in isolation and are doing well. Right now, 2 test results are pending. 18 people have tested negative in Wisconsin. 170 UW students studying abroad in Italy are packing their bags and heading back home.
The university suspended the program Friday after a jump in coronavirus cases in Italy. Our Amanda Quintana spoke to a student in Rome and is here with more. Amanda?
Students were scheduled to spend a whole 4 months in Italy, but that was all cut short after just 2 months. A bitter ending for students who have been saving money and planning this trip for a long time.
I still feel so safe here. However, I'm definitely worried about coming home.
Although it's been hard for UW junior Molly Davis to accept that her semester in Italy is over, her time there cut in half by coronavirus concerns.
It has the potential to be so amazing because it's immersed into the city and you get to see so much of it. But then again, if something like this happens, it's all taken away.
Now she's focused on what happens next before she's let back into the U.S.
My best guess is that we're going to be screening for fevers, and anyone with a fever will be stopped. I also wouldn't be surprised if there's a recommended self-quarantine, but I would be surprised if I wasn't allowed to leave the airport. That would be something that I wouldn't expect.
Davis, her boyfriend, and friends are just a few of the 170 UW students who went to Italy for the food, the culture, the history, now being told they have to come home. Once the travel notice to Italy was upgraded to a warning level 3, their program was canceled. Now 18 more deaths reported there in just 24 hours, and the total coronavirus cases exceeding 2,000.
Health and safety is the biggest concern, but I can't ignore the disappointment that I have A lot of my best friends are also abroad this semester, studying in different countries, studying in Spain and Germany.
While those students get to stay, those in Italy are coming back to apartments they've already subleased, thinking of the money, unsure if they'll get refunded.
UW officials are also unsure what the next step is for their students. They will be able to finish the course online, though. Davis says that just won't be the same as walking around in Rome.
Yeah, no doubt. Not quite the same as experiencing in person. Amanda, thank you. Next at 6, the warm weather continues this week. That means safety concerns for those who want to go ice fishing. We'll have a warning from DNR officials next.
And there is more local news ahead. As concerns of coronavirus spread, we're talking to a UW-Madison researcher who is working to develop a vaccine. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
You wouldn't go to Stanton, would you, Fergus? You don't think that Stanton's glasses are more beautiful than mine, do you?
I am going to ask you one last time.
At Stanton Optical, get 2 pair for $59.95, plus a free eye exam.
It's incredible. It's award-winning. It's the new Ram 1500 at Don Miller. With the President's Day event on now, there's great selection. The new Ram 1500, it's Green Car Journal's 2019 and 2020 Green Truck of the Year. Lease a new 2020 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn 4x4 for only $279 a month plus taxes and fees, 39 months, 10,000 miles per year, $34.99 due at signing. See salesperson for details. The President's Day event on now at Don Miller, your Madison Truck headquarters.
Don Miller.
Okay then, why do professional builders and remodelers choose Nonn's? Appears to be reason number 307, which must be that folks really appreciate the expert help of a Nonn's designer. Oh. And at the big box store, expert help might not be available. So why should you choose Nonn's? Yeah. Isn't it obvious? Nonn's. Kitchen, bath, and flooring.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Frank Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks at air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit frankconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
They look great. They're affordable. Stanton, how do you do it? Oh, nice.
Are those?
Get out!
At Stanton Optical, get 2 pair for $59.95, plus a free eye exam.
Warmer temperatures this week are bringing Madison closer to spring, signaling the end of winter sports.
Our Gabriella Becerra explains how quickly warm weather can change those ice conditions.
This time of the year when spring's starting to come, once the weather starts to heat up, be extra cautious.
Lieutenant Conservation Warden Martin Stone with the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources says it's a week like this one, when the ice conditions are changing, that it can be most dangerous.
From the surface, it's really unsure what the condition is on the underside of the ice, so there's never a set amount that's safe.
And each body of water is different.
It's really hard to say how fast it'll melt. It depends on the current flowing underneath the ice, how deep the water is. If there's snow cover over the ice, there's a whole lot of factors there.
The DNR says to keep an eye on color and texture, which might be your best indicator of whether it's safe to walk. Typically, the best quality ice is clear with no air bubbles or slush.
And if you're unsure, just don't venture out on the ice.
By the end of a week of warm temperatures, Lake Monona might not be so crowded. Gabriella Becerra, News 3 Now.
DNR recommends not going out on the ice alone. Bring a friend, a cell phone, of course. Also, tell people at home where you'll be going and when you expect to return so they know if something goes wrong. By the way, DNR shanty removal deadlines have already passed for waters on Minnesota and Iowa borders, plus some inland waters. March 15th is the deadline for shanties on the Michigan border, Lake Michigan, Green Bay, and Lake Superior.
A Heartland native has become the first marathon runner in U.S. women's history to qualify for the Olympics in her first ever marathon. Molly Seidel took second place in trials in Atlanta over the weekend, just 7 seconds behind Kenyan-born Alifine Tuliamuk, The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports Seidel completed a half marathon in Houston earlier this year, but this was her first ever sanctioned marathon. The paper writes she's the most decorated high school distance runner in Wisconsin history and went on to a successful racing career at the University of Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah, she's smart then, right? Rock group Tenacious D will make a stop in Wisconsin during a tour to promote voting in swing states. The band, comprised of comedians Jack Black and Kyle Gass, will play at the Sylvia. It'll be Saturday, September 26th. We have ticket information on our website, channel3000.com.
Next at 6, the Greek Freak adds another Player of the Week award to his list. Melissa Kim has an update in sports.
Love the Greek Freak. And warmer temps sticking around this week. Dana joins us with your first warn forecast next.
Goldman Cars is starting off the new year with a bang. Many vehicles priced under $99.95 or $155 per month.
Get a 2015 Hyundai Elantra for only $89.95 or $139 per month.
Or a 2015 Jeep Patriot for only $89.95 or $139 per month.
Or a 2010 Acura TSX for $99.95 or $155 per month.
Many vehicles to choose from for under $99.95 or $155 per month.
Go to Goldman Cars, east or west.
You gotta go to Goldman, GoldmanCars.com.
Here's to the hardest working people in America, the ones who break a sweat before the break of dawn, the ones who wear rugged right on their sleeves. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we stand behind you with genuine value on the best, most trusted workwear brands. Like women's Carhartt Force quarter zip shirts, only $24.99. Men's work and sport carpenter jeans are $24.99. And men's Dickies heavyweight pocket tees, only $11.99.
Hardest working people in America find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The windows on our homes. We probably don't give them much thought. They're just there, doing what windows do. It's true, they add character and personality. They connect the inside to the outside, and the other way around. But they're also there to do much more. They're there to frame a smile. They provide the perfect light for the perfect moment. They help protect us and the ones we love.
Welcome to Unity Point Health. It's a more attention, all questions answered, we see it from your perspective kind of care. It's a hello rather than a next. It's a I can't believe they did that for me moment in their life. It's the power of healthy relationships. People are amazing. We're here to help keep them that way. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Meteorologist Dana Fulton joins us now with a look at our warmer forecast.
Warmer, mild, pleasant, quiet, a lot of good words really describing this week for us. We are expecting conditions tomorrow to also stay above average. Average for this time of year, mid to upper 30s. So being in the 40s or even in the 50s like we saw this weekend, it's a pretty good spot. Now we're going to continue to see sunny skies, partly sunny skies for most of the week, but by Friday and Saturday, we get mostly sunny skies. So a really nice stretch, and that's certainly eating away at a lot of the snow on the ground right now. And overall, the week is going to stay pretty dry. Now we will have a few light chances for some isolated showers or isolated flurries, but it's nothing that will likely be measurable for this week. A cold front off to the east passed through last night, so behind it are a breeze coming from the northwest today, and temperatures weren't quite as mild, but it was a dry front for us in southern Wisconsin. Some moisture right now, some showers to the southern end of the Midwest, southern Illinois and Indiana, seeing some showers. We have a trough off to the northwest right now. That's going to pass through early tomorrow morning, not making a big difference to our temperatures, but it is going to bring the slight chance for some light rain or snow for for early in the day on Tuesday. Most of it is going to stay north of Madison, even north of the Dells, but there's still going to be a slight chance to see something falling down early in the day. Temperatures are going to drop to the mid-20s for our overnight lows with partly cloudy skies. Our breeze coming from the south tomorrow, so it is going to help our temperatures climb just a little bit more for our afternoon highs. Here's a look at about 4, 5, 6 o'clock. We have that, again, light flurry chance. Nothing measurable expected along with this, but mainly north of the Dells. We could see a few light flurries creep further south into the northern edge of Dane County, but by about 7, 8 o'clock, lake's going to help enhance that a little bit. We'll see some more accumulating snow along the far eastern edge of the state, but nothing for most of southern Wisconsin. Later in the afternoon, some models are bringing in a slight chance for some isolated light rain showers, maybe even some light flurries. Not a great opportunity. Again, just maybe seeing a few things swirling around, but nothing measurable. Heading into Thursday, fast forwarding just a little bit, we are going to have the slight chance for some rain showers during the day on Thursday as well. North of the Dells, we could see some lighter snow, but for Thursday, mid-morning into the early afternoon, there is going to be the chance for some rain showers. Temperatures will be above freezing, so this does just look like an opportunity for a little bit of rain later in the evening. And overnight, temperatures, of course, dropping back below freezing, so there will be a chance for some flurries, but nothing measurable. It's just light moisture coming in. Early in the morning, temps will be in the upper 20s for dropping off at the school bus or at the bus stop. Will be in the mid-40s for afternoon highs, with partly sunny skies closer to the state line, about 46 for Beloit and towards Dodgeville. So mid-40s for Tuesday and Wednesday, upper 40s on Thursday. We will be just a little cooler outside for Friday, but mostly sunny Friday and Saturday. And right now this weekend does look very nice. We're expecting temps close to 50 on Saturday and in the mid-50s on Sunday. Our next opportunity for a little more measurable rainfall will creep in for next week. That's a quick look at your forecast.
Well, the women's hockey team starting their postseason campaign this week. How to get ready for the WCHA final playoff, in the words of Mark Johnson, because who else would you really want advice from? That's next in sports.
3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We're here at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, looking back at some of today's amazing plays.
Check it out, the old double play. 2 machines at once.
I'm not even sure that's allowed. And how about this celebration?
Man, these guys are on form. And an incredible drink delivery. Whoa! What a great recovery.
Yeah, and that beer looks pretty delicious.
It sure does. Let's join them.
Heck yeah.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
Water makes life possible on Earth and in our homes. Culligan conserves this resource with its high-efficiency water softener, the world's best, because it uses less water, and that matters to all of us. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
When being sick isn't as bad as not knowing why you're sick.
When questions lead to confusion.
And angst and anxiety. When it feels like there's a tiger chasing you into the darkness.
And all you want is a little light.
A little hope.
This is when you need the best of the best. Doctors who don't just perform cutting-edge procedures and treatments. Doctors who invent them. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Hi, folks. Tuesday morning, the warm start to March is going to continue. Hattie will have your forecast to start the day.
And with concern about coronavirus spreading, we're going over how you can prepare to protect your family.
We'll see you at 4:30.
the WCHA regular season crown, but now the Badgers going for the final face-off championship. And they'll face a team they're very familiar with in the semifinals. Wisconsin, the top seed, will face the 4 seed Minnesota Duluth, a team they just beat and tied with in the final weekend of the regular season. Wisconsin will definitely have the advantage in that they just had the week off to get healthy, and with a pro head coach like Mark Johnson, he knows how to appropriately prepare for the postseason.
The crucial thing is, you don't want to practice too long this time of season. We've been going since early September, so you're managing your energy level. You want to make sure their players are excited when they come to the rink, and if that means it's a 40-minute practice or a 50-minute practice, and you get what you need to get done.
The Badgers on the upward trend at the right time, and that means they're getting an increasing amount of attention on the national stage, too. Wisconsin cracking the Associated Press Top 25 poll this week, coming in at number 24. The Badgers also ranked 24th in the coaches poll as well. And in terms of March Madness, some experts have them ranked as high as a 4 seed. But still a long way to actually get to the NCAA tournament. Wisconsin finishes up the regular season this week against teams that are struggling and on the bottom half of the Big Ten standings, but so is Minnesota, and the Gophers making the game come down to the wire last night, but there's still only 1 goal for this Wisconsin team right now.
Win games and hope that everything else outside of our control works out in our favor, but all we can do is control what we can control. Obviously, we all know where we're at in the standings. But at the same time, like I said, all we can do is control what we can control. We got to win against Northwestern and win at IU. So going forward, we just got to make sure we're prepared for those games.
So the rest of the conference still fighting for those top spots. Reminder that the top 4 get the double bye to start the Big Ten tournament. So right now, Wisconsin isn't good company in that 3-way tie for second, but there is still a very good chance of the Badgers winning, or at least getting a share of the regular season. So stay tuned. Well, what's it like to be so good at what you do? The honors just keep on racking up. Someone needs to ask Giannis that. He earned his 4th Eastern Conference Player of the Week award this week, 13th one this season, after he led the Bucks to a 4-0 record this week. Yesterday against the Hornets, he put up some impressive numbers: 41 points, 20 rebounds, 6 assists. No one has hit those kinds of numbers in a Bucks uniform since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 1974. Tonight, though, the Bucks will have to face a Heat squad that is as good as they are on their home court. Miami has only lost 4 games at home this season. The Bucks have lost 3 at Fiserv, just to give you some perspective there. Jimmy Butler averaging 21 points, 7 rebounds for the Heat, and Chris Middleton, who missed the last 2 games with a sore neck, he's expected to play tonight. Tip-off at 6:30, and he's been putting up those big numbers too in the times that Giannis was away on paternity leave. He was putting up those, 20-something points per game.
There were a couple plays yesterday where Giannis looked like he was playing against elementary school kids.
I mean, I'm not gonna, a couple of those dunks were like, I'm like this tall and you're like this tall.
He's just gotten so good.
Pretty good.
All right, Dana, final check.
So we're expecting mild weather through the rest of the week. Tomorrow, temperatures will be in the mid-40s for afternoon highs. That's where we'll stay for Wednesday as well. There is a slight chance for a little wintry mix early in the morning on Tuesday, mainly north of the Dells, but we could see a little bit creep further south. Now for Thursday, we'll be in the upper 40s. Another slight chance for some rain coming through. Friday, mostly sunny. Saturday, mostly sunny. And temperatures by this weekend, very spring-like. We'll be close to 50 again on Saturday and in the mid-50s on Sunday. Again, we should be in the mid to upper 30s with our average highs for this time of year. Our next opportunity for some more measurable rainfall will start to creep in for the start of next week. So we have a really nice dry stretch. That's good news, as all of these temperatures are leading to some snow melts right now. And I know Black Earth Creek is really moving along right now. A lot of the creeks moving. Get some dry weather in.
Dana, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.